from this to this. So we're back working on the XJ. It's been a little while, but we're giving her some love today. We are finally putting on the rear leaf springs. You guys saw in my first video on the XJ, I replaced the leaf springs with stock ones and put on those shackles, but today we are finally putting on the 3-inch lift springs. So if you guys are interested in doing this, or just interested in the XJ build, follow along this video. We're gonna put these springs on. Cross your fingers that everything goes smooth for me, guys, because the first time did not. Hopefully the second time around will be better, but let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to start by disconnecting my shocks from the lower mount here. I'm just going to pull them right off. Then I'm going to disconnect the sway bar and the bracket here. And then I'm going to lower the entire axle. I'm going to do that on both sides. Lower the entire axle, then unbolt the leaf spring from the shackle in the front. The front is kind of what I'm worried about, but I'm going to unbolt this, let it drop, then do the same thing to the other side. So if you guys want any explanation, feel free to leave a comment down below and I'd be happy to explain. But I'm sure you guys can find a good tutorial on actually how to do this, so let's just get right into it. There it is, guys. Both of them are out. Just a quick before and after comparison. Those are blowed out. Hopefully these are better. Obviously they're used, but I think anything is going to be better than those stock ones. So let's get them on. This last one, let's get it all tightened up and we'll see how she sits. Just to update you guys really quick, if you're using the stock plates on your aftermarket leaf springs, you're going to have to drill this hole out. I'm not sure what size it is. I'm sure you can find a video somewhere. If not, leave a comment and I'll find it for you guys. But you're going to have to drill that hole out in order to fit the locating bolt that's in the middle over there on the aftermarket leaf spring. So I'm going to try and use this little like carbide bit and see if I can't hog enough material off to make it fit. If not, I might be SOL. So I guess let's find out. One more quick update before we finish this up. I've actually just decided to go ahead and take off the rear sway bar. I'm not really sure it's going to do much now that I've got the lifted leaf springs on, so I'm just going to pull it off. It's going to make everything easier to install and everything, and I don't know, I doubt it's going to make much difference anyways. If it's vital, let me know down in the comments, but I see most guys just taking these off anyways. So I'm gonna rip it off real quick. Other than that, like I said, you're gonna have to drill these out and line up your axle just right to sit with the new leaf springs. So let's go ahead and finish this up. Okay guys, so everything's pretty much buttoned up. I've got the fronts torqued, the rear's torqued. I'm looking up and finding torque specs for the spring plates right here right now. Other than that, I think she's ready to put the wheels back on after I get these torqued. So I'm gonna throw the wheels back on. The brake lines didn't need to be touched. The shocks are mounted back on. I'm a little bit worried about my drive shaft and the angle and amount that it might come out, but I think it'll be okay for now. As far as the rears, I have these shackles, and hopefully you can see in this light, but the shackles are at a pretty bad angle. I'm going to see how they sit when I get it back on the way to the wheels, or on its own weight, and then we'll go from there. I might have to buy the angle fix kit or whatever you call it. I'll put it down in the description, but I'm probably going to have to buy that next. But let me torque these down. We'll put it back on its wheels, see how it sits, and I'll let you guys know what troubles I ran into. Basically, the only thing that was real weird was I had to drill out the top of this plate a little bit, and I had to drill out the leaf spring perch on the axle a little bit for the locating pin. Other than that, it went pretty smooth. I got everything torqued down, so let's get her back on her weight and we'll see how she looks. There it is on its own weight. I'm gonna come back in a couple 100 miles, torque everything down again, make sure it's all good. I don't know if you guys saw, but I had to cut the tops of the bolts off about an inch, maybe an inch and a quarter, just to get a deep socket on there so I could torque it down. But holy cow, this thing sits so high in the rear now. Finally, my Jeep is not squatted anymore. If you guys have any questions about the process, definitely let me know down in the comments. I appreciate you guys watching. If you stuck it all the way through, comment lifted. And if you found this helpful or anything like that, definitely take it into consideration before you go and lift yours, so you know you have all the tools. I appreciate you guys watching. In a couple 100 miles, I'm gonna come back, torque everything down just to make sure that we're riding pretty. Other than that, the rear is lifted. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments of the Jeep and how she looks now. Basically done as far as lift and height. She's much more leveled out, no longer squatted. So I'm in love with it. Let me know what you guys think down below. I appreciate you guys watching as always. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video or found it helpful. Subscribe if you haven't already for more Jeep content. I know you guys like to see that. Like the video and share it with your friends if you guys do off-roading. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.